Brought to you by Penguin.
Discworld is a world and a mirror of worlds. This is not a book about Australia. No, it's about somewhere entirely different, which just happens to be, here and there, a bit Australian. Still, no worries, right?
The Last Continent by Terry Pratchett. Read by Colin Morgan with Bill Nighy and Peter Serafinowicz. Against the stars, a turtle passes, carrying 4 elephants on its shell. Both turtle and elephants are bigger than people might expect, but out between the stars, the difference between huge and tiny is, comparatively speaking, very small. But this turtle and these elephants are, by turtle and elephant standards, big. They carry the Discworld, with its vast lands, cloudscapes, and oceans. People don't live on the disk any more than in less handcrafted parts of the multiverse. They live on balls. Oh, planets may be the place where their body eats its tea, but they live elsewhere, in worlds of their own which orbit very handily around the centre of their heads. When gods get together, they tell the story of one particular planet whose inhabitants watched, with mild interest, huge continent-wrecking slabs of ice slap into another world which was, in astronomical terms, right next door, and then did nothing about it, because that sort of thing only happens in outer space. An intelligent species would at least have found someone to complain to. Anyway, no one seriously believes in that story, because a race quite that stupid would never even have discovered Slood.
Much easier to discover than fire, and only slightly harder to discover than water.
People believe in all sorts of other things, though. For example, there are some people who have a legend that the whole universe is carried in a leather bag by an old man. They're right, too. Other people say, hold on. If he's carrying the entire universe in a sack, right? That means he's carrying himself and the sack inside the sack, because the universe contains everything, including him, and the sack, of course, which contains him and the sack already, as it were. To which the reply is, well, all tribal myths are true, for a given value of true. It is a general test of the omnipotence of a god that they can see the fall of a tiny bird. But only one god makes notes and a few adjustments, so that next time it can fall faster and further. We may find out why. We might find out why mankind is here, although that is more complicated and begs the question, where else should we be? It would be terrible to think that some impatient deity might part the clouds and say, "Damn, are you lot still here? I thought you discovered Slood 10,000 years ago. I've got 10 trillion tons of ice arriving on Monday." We may even find out why the duck-billed platypus.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?